Good evening, everyone. Today, I would like to talk to you about how you can stop political corruption. Now, did you know that every year there is more than $1 trillion spent in bribes to the government? It's kind of insane when you kind of think about it. Now, political corruption affects everyone, and this is very important to consider when you think about how you can stop political corruption. Now, after doing countless research on this topic, I'm going to tell you how you can deal with political corruption. Now, first, why do we need to stop political corruption? Well, as Nikiano Aliyami points out, corruption has terrible impacts on the economic and socioeconomic growth of a country. Now, what do I mean by that? When there is political corruption, there is a downward trend in economics and socioeconomics. Now, this is very important for people who are quite tied to money, which is everyone. Without a politically corrupt government, benefits in economics and socioeconomics. It's pretty simple if you really think about it. Now, what's another thing? Well, as I like to point out, is without political corruption, as pointed out by Kaiser Gamali, there'll be increased government efficiency. What could this look like? Well, things could get done way faster, things become way less slower, and so many things will be able to get done well. Now, this is very important, having a government go with the change of the world, which is why political corruption just ain't that good. But here's another one. As pointed out by Nafis Kuraki, sorry for the mispronunciations if there's been any, with political corruption, there is increased poverty and a only centered benefit around the rich. Now, unlike many people, not that many people are rich. With how little people are rich, it's quite important to consider how political corruption only benefits those at the top, when many are at the lower end or middle of the spectrum. So, considering this, it's very important to see how political corruption really does not benefit the majority of people within a country affected by political corruption. Now, what can you do to stop this political corruption? Or just in general, how to stop corruption? Well, I'll tell you how. First, holding officials accountable for their actions. This is a very important step in stopping political corruption. Holding officials accountable will give a little bit more responsibility to the people that run a country and not cause them to destroy it. It's very important. Now, decentralizing power from a federal government will also provide a less chance of political corruption. With more power to the people of the country that it's supposed to be serving, you can really see how there will be less political corruption as more of the people get involved with the government that is supposed to serve them. Now, promoting transparency in the government is a very big one. Promoting transparency will mean less lies, less backstabbing, kind of a win-win if you really think about it for the people, as they get to see what's more going on within their own government, and there's less chance of people going backstabbing them when it gives them an extra dollar in their pockets. Now, another thing that you can do is have an internal check system within a government. An internal check system, similar to how the checks and balances system works in the US government. Having internal checks will prevent corruption, as they kind of measure each other, monitor each other, stop them from going a little insane. Now, what's another thing that more specifically you specifically can do? You can get involved in governments. You can promote government involvement. You can be the change in the world. Now, getting involved in your government can be a little taxing, but it will really help not make the government corrupt. Now, to visualize this, where can this be seen? Well, Denmark and Finland have one of the lowest corruption rates, and they have one of the best government systems. They have political participation, active government change, one of the best. But on the other hand, South Sudan and Nigeria, one of the highest corrupted countries in the world, they have one of the least active political participation. Nigeria is a little iffy. They have presidential elections, but that's getting side-ended. And it's important to see how in this, getting involved and being active within a government is very important in keeping it not corrupt. To be more accurate on Nigeria, their presidents are kind of elected legitimately. Not to say that their entire government is legitimate. Now, to conclude this speech, it's important to see how political corruption really only benefits like 1% of the world. And I am sorry to say many people are not the part of that 1%, which means really many people should consider stopping political corruption. And as listed before, there are many ways to stop political corruption: getting involved, holding people accountable, having internal checks. The list goes on how you can stop political corruption. And to conclude that, be the one to cause change. Good change. Thank you.